Hello, YouTube fam. Get ready for an amazing video experience. Hello and a warm welcome to our channel. Today, we're delving into Futures Collegiate Baseball League. The Futures Collegiate Baseball League FCBL is an 8-team collegiate summer baseball league. It has 4 franchises in Massachusetts, 2 in Connecticut, and 1 each in New Hampshire and Vermont. Let's now shift our focus to format and explore the ways in which it shapes our perspective. The Futures League is a wood-backed league. Its regular season schedule calls for 64 games per team as of 2023, 32 home and 32 away games. FCBL ball players are unpaid collegiate athletes who join the league to gain experience and exposure to Major League Baseball scouts. The FCBL mission is to prepare young men for the rigors of playing professional baseball. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore unique rules through a fresh lens, unlocking new perspectives. The league accepts players who were on college baseball rosters during the preceding spring season, as well as players who have signed a commitment to play college baseball in the upcoming school year. In 2018, teams were allowed to carry up to 5 commits. At least 15 of the 30 players on a roster must have a local connection, either residing in New England or affiliated with a college in New England. Since 2017, regular season games that are tied after regulation and remain tied after 1 extra inning are decided by a home run derby, a coach-pitched home run hitting contest. In each round, the visitors compete, followed by the home team. A team's score in a round is the number of home runs it hits before making a certain number of outs, defined as any ball hit in fair territory that is not a home run. In the first round, teams can use up to 3 hitters and are allowed 10 outs. If the teams hit the same number of home runs, a second round is played that allows 5 outs. If still tied, a third round gives the batters 3 outs. Since 2023, the top 4 teams in points percentage make the playoffs. Points, the numerator, are 2 points for each game, 1 plus 1 point for each loss by home run derby. Compare overtime losses in the National Hockey League points system. The denominator is the number of games played, which compensates when weather prevents a team from playing its complete schedule. The original FCBL home run derby was a race against the clock, in which the 3 rounds comprised 3, 2, and then 1 minute. Let's now turn our gaze towards history and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. The Futures League was co-developed by Drew Weber, who owned the single at Lowell Spinners and developed and owned the double in New Hampshire Fisher Cats, and Chris Carminucci, whose Carminucci Sports Group operated the Brockton Rocks of the Independent Can-Am League. The Carminucci Sports Group sought to place an NECBL franchise on the island of Martha's Vineyard, and the Spinners hoped to do the same in Nashua, New Hampshire. The NECBL declined to expand, so the organizations formed a separate league. The FCBL aimed to use professional baseball operators with proven histories. Most FCBL venues are former professional ballparks marked with an asterisk in the table below. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting 2011 season and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. The league started play in the 2011 season. Martha's Vineyard, Nashua, Seacoast, and Torrington were the charter franchises. The championship paired the top 2 franchises in a best-of-3 series. Nashua won the regular season and defeated Torrington for the championship. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting 2012 season. For the 2012 season, the FCBL expanded from 4 to 9 teams. The league expanded into the Leominster-Fitchburg, Massachusetts area with the addition of the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. In addition, the FCBL induced the North Shore and Old Orchard Beach franchises to jump from the NECBL, as well as the Pittsfield and Brockton franchises of the professional Independent Can-Am League to convert to the collegiate format. The Pittsfield franchise was acquired by majority owner Marvin Goldklang and the Goldklang Group, which owns and operates for other minor league baseball teams. An all-star game was played, pitting selected players from the 4 charter teams against the 5 new teams. The The postseason was also revamped to involve 4 of the 9 teams. The winners of 2 best-of-3 Division Series plays competed in the best-of-3 Championship Series. Nashua repeated as FCBL champion. In this section, we'll be shedding light on 2013 season and its impact on our understanding of the subject. The 2013 season was played with the same 9 franchises as in 2012. The playoffs were expanded to include the top 6 teams of the 9. The teams finishing first and second got a first-round bye, with the remaining playoff teams to play a new initial round consisting of a single game. Earlier, a league press release had mentioned that the FCBL is planning and negotiating with other locations for further expansion in the 2013 season. Speculation had centered on Worcester, Massachusetts, where the Worcester Tornadoes had lost its affiliation with the Can-Am League. A Tornadoes creditor, John Creedon Jr., was in discussions with the College of the Holy Cross to secure a lease for Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field. The All-Star game was structured as Massachusetts versus New England, the 4 non-Massachusetts teams. The regular season was extended by 2 days to August 9 and 10 in view of the season's many rain-outs. The games scheduled for these days sometimes were not against opponents that were due to complete a rained-out game. The one-game play-in games occurred on the afternoon of August, not at the site of the higher-seeded team, but at the site of the winner's opponent in the next round, which began the same evening. This next round, a best-of-3 series, was slated for alternating sites, though in neither case was the third game necessary. The final round reverted to the prior year's rule, in which the higher-seeded team, in this case, Martha's Vineyard, had the option of hosting the first game or any remaining games. Martha's Vineyard elected to open the series in Nashua on August 14 and won the series at home the next day. Now, let's redirect our focus towards 2014 season and discover its significance in our narrative. For the 2014 season, the league split into an East and West division of 5 teams each. The All-Star game assembled teams comprising the best players of each division. On July 24, the West beat the East. The regular season expanded to 56 games, with each team playing 28 home games and 28 road games. No team actually played 56 games, as rain-outs occurring late in the season were not made up. The 2014 FCBL playoffs were conducted as in 2013, except that the rules gave the winner of each division the bye in round 1, and guaranteed that, of the next 4 teams with the best overall records, the higher-seeded team would host the one-game play-in. On September 20, 2013, John Creedon Jr., who prior to the 2013 season had discussed bringing baseball back to the city of Worcester, announced that he would indeed operate the league's 10th franchise at Hanover Insurance Park at Fitton Field starting in 2014, and unveiled the Bravehearts on December 2, 2013. The 2 division winners, Worcester West and Martha's Vineyard East, won their semi-final series and met in the best-of-3 final series. Worcester swept the series to become the 2014 champions. Now, we shift our focus to 2015 season, a topic that deserves our attention. For 2015, the old Orchard Beach franchise was replaced by the Bristol Blues. The Nashua franchise was moved from the West Division to the East Division to maintain both divisions at 5 teams. The playoffs were further expanded to include 8 of the 10 teams in postseason play. The first 2 playoff rounds consisted of a single elimination game, in 2 days reducing the playoff field from 8 teams to 2. The East was the stronger division. The new Bristol team, which won the West Division, had a worse record than 3 of the teams in the East. Bristol faced the Worcester Bravehearts in the final series. Last year's champion had flirted with elimination for much of the season, but came on strong in the final weeks of the regular season to finish second in the West. The higher-seeded Bristol elected that the series begin in Worcester, where Worcester won. In the games played at Bristol, Bristol won Game 2, but Worcester won the deciding game on August 16 to repeat as FCBL champions. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of 2016 season and explore its various aspects. In November 2015, the league announced that the playoff format would revert to that of 2014, with 6 of 10 teams making the postseason. The Seacoast Mavericks had the first winning season in its 6-year history, but lost the semi-final series to Nashua in 3 games. Worcester returned to the finals, but Nashua won that series, defeating Worcester first at home and then in Worcester. A visit by Bristol to North Shore on July 27 was suspended at 7 minutes after midnight, tied for 4 after 17 innings. It was completed on August 4, North Shore scoring the winning run on a sacrifice fly in the 21st inning. The game was the longest FCBL game ever, taking a total of 6:04 to play. It disrupted the scheduling of both pitching staffs and led the league to announce a rules change the next year. As we progress through this video, let's shift our attention towards 2017 season and uncover its hidden depths. On December 20, 2016, the Futures League published a 2017 schedule for a 9-team league not including the Titans. The following month, the league announced a point system similar to that used by the National Hockey League (NHL) to decide playoff seedings. For games decided without the need for a home run derby, see below, the winning team would receive 2 points. For games requiring a home run derby, both teams would receive 1 point, with a team winning a derby receiving an additional point. Near the end of the regular season, the league clarified that the basis for seeding teams in the playoffs would actually be point percentage, the ratio of actual points to potential points, total potential points being twice the number of games played. The clarification was necessary because the clubs had different numbers of games cancelled by bad weather. The interpretation eventually helped Worcester qualify for the postseason at the expense of Martha's Vineyard. All 6 games of the play-in and semi-final rounds were won by the lower-seeded team. This set up a final series between 5th-seeded Nashua and 6th-seeded Worcester, a repeat of the 2016 finals. Defending champion Nashua Silver Knights won 1 game away and at home against the Worcester Bravehearts to repeat as champions. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting introduction of the Home Run Derby and exploring its implications in greater detail. On January 27, 2017, the league announced that regular season games tied after 10 innings would be decided by a home run hitting contest. The league stated that the purpose of this rule was to protect pitchers' arms and encourage college coaches to recommend the league to their pitchers. The first use of the Home Run Derby was June 7, when the visiting Martha's Vineyard Sharks tied the Wachusett Dirt Dogs after 10 innings. In the first 3-minute round of the Home Run Derby, the Sharks hit a total of 5 home runs out of Doyle Field, using both their timeouts to substitute batters at each 1-minute interval. The Dirt Dogs used Zach Tower, who had not played in the regulation game. He hit 5 home runs in 70 seconds, at which point the Dirt Dogs used their first timeout. Tower remained at bat and hit the deciding home run shortly after. In the 238 games played in the 2017 regular season, a total of 10 used the Home Run Derby. There were no tie games. In 7-inning games of doubleheaders, the Home Run Derby was used if the teams were tied after 8 innings. Without further ado, let's move on to the topic of 2018 season. After the 2017 season, the Seacoast Mavericks declined to remain at Leary Field in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, in 2018 as it envisioned a sports complex in Dover, New Hampshire. The Wachusett Dirt Dogs said that the city commission controlling the grounds declined to renew the operating agreement as the DPW felt we weren't cleaning up after ourselves as well as we should. Both clubs paid their 2018 dues, anticipating a return to the league in 2019. The league allowed teams to carry up to 5 commits high school graduates intending to play college baseball in the coming year. The league retained the Home Run Derby, but dropped the provision for tie games and standings based on a point system. The league also kept the 2017 format in which the top 6 teams made the playoffs, the lower seeded 4 entering a 1-game play-in, though this was now 6 of 7 rather than 6 of 9. In each 3-game playoff series, the higher seeded team was no longer given an option but was scheduled to host Game 1 and Game 3 if necessary. A scoreless tie between Bristol and Nashua on June 7 was settled with the first home run derby that had ever gone past the first 3-minute round into the second 2-minute round. Bristol's Connor Nolan hit 3 home runs in each round to out-hit Nashua, and to give Bristol the victory by an official score of. 2 other derbies were tied after 1 round and went to the second round. In the playoffs, top-seeded Martha's Vineyard and Worcester eventually became the finalists. When a weather-delayed final series resulted in a deciding Game 3 on Martha's Vineyard on August 13, which was called after being tied in the first inning, Martha's Vineyard and Worcester were declared co-champions. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into 2019 season and analyzing its key components. In the 2018 off-season, Commissioner Chris Hall announced his resignation. The league selected Joe Paolucci to replace him. The FCBL announced a new ownership group in Westfield, Massachusetts, but the move was countered as the Martha's Vineyard Sharks switched to the NECBL. The Futures League claimed this move would require either 2/3 hardship vote of other franchises or payment of an exit fee, and sued to block the switch. The Sharks countersued, saying the league bylaws were never signed. The conflict delayed into 2019 the release of schedules by both leagues. On January 19, the NECBL announced the Sharks' entry into that league, replacing a team that folded and maintaining the NECBL at 13 teams. The FCBL announced its schedule on January 24, again with 7 franchises, 6 of them qualifying for the playoffs. On February 20, the league announced that the new 7th team would be called the Westfield Starfires. John Creedon Jr., the owner of the Worcester Bravehearts, bought the Nashua Silver Knights from Drew Weber and from the others to which Weber had sold a minority interest. The Westfield franchise trailed the other 6 during the regular season, suggesting its elimination from the playoffs amid losing so many games as to give all 6 other franchises a winning average or better. This was the case at the end of the regular season, Westfield finishing at. The other teams had relative parity, and first place changed hands frequently. Brockton and Bristol avoided the play-in round, but Worcester survived that round, won the semi-final series against Brockton, and swept the final series against Bristol to win the title. The rules for locating the semi-final series apparently were changed via conference call to give the lower-seeded club the right to host the second game, but were changed back for the finals to give the higher-seeded club the choice of hosting the first game or all remaining games. In addition, Worcester's semi-final series was delayed for 1 day based on its lack of access to Fitton Field on August 7. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of 2020 season and explore its various aspects. Changes for 2020 were announced on October 28, 2019. The Bristol Blues left the FCBL and joined the NECBL. The New Britain Bees, which formerly played in the Atlantic League, took the Blues' place as the 7th team. The 2020 season was to be played in 2 halves, with the first half champion, second half champion, and the 2 teams with next best won-lost records overall, advancing to the playoffs. The Home Run Derby to break ties continued for a 4th year, but lasting only a single, 3-minute round. Additional changes were forced by the COVID-19 pandemic. The NECBL and the Cape Cod League did not play at all, and the start of the football's 2020 season was delayed. On June 22, the league announced a 39-game schedule to be played by 6 teams, without the Pittsfield Suns. Teams would play as a single division with a single, best-of-3 playoff series between the top 2 teams. Based on reopening guidelines of the governors of Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, the league played an unbalanced schedule continuing further into August than ever before. Opening day was July 2 in Connecticut and New Hampshire and July 7 for the 4 Massachusetts clubs. Mondays were league-wide off days but were available to make up games that had been rained out. The playoffs were August 20 through 22, between the Worcester Bravehearts 23-15 and the Nashua Silver Knights 23-16. Worcester had played its home games at Doyle Field in Leominster, but the entire final series was played at Nashua, Worcester playing as the home team in games 1 and 3 due to its high seed. Worcester won the first game but lost the second and third games, giving Nashua its 5th championship. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of 2021 season in this section. For 2021, the Futures League added the Vermont Lake Monsters in Burlington, Vermont, formerly of the Class A short season New York Penn League. Chris English, the owner of the Brockton Rocks, is the leader of the Lake Monsters ownership group. The North Shore Navigators returned to the New England Collegiate Baseball League for 2021. The Norwich Sea Unicorns, also from the defunct New York Penn League, joined the Futures League in 2021, bringing the league back up to 8 teams. Vermont would go on to win the 2021 Futures League Championship Series. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through 2022 season and its far-reaching implications. In 2022, the Futures League remained at 8 teams. For the 3rd consecutive year, select Futures League games were broadcast on regional cable sports channel NESN. The Brockton Rocks hosted 5 sons of former Major League players, including the sons of Boston Red Sox legends David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez, Keith Falk, and Manny Ramirez. The 2022 season saw the Vermont Lake Monsters win the regular season title for the 2nd year in a row. New Britain, Nashua, and Westfield rounded out the 14 playoff field. The Nashua Silver Knights defeated the Vermont Lake Monsters in 3 games to win their 6th Futures League championship. Nashua would lose the first game at Centennial Field by a score of 12-0, but rebounded to win Game 2 at Holman Stadium, 6-5 on a walk-off, and the deciding Game 3 in Burlington, 6-5. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting 2024 season and exploring its implications in greater detail. The league announced that Pittsfield would not play the 2024 season because of safety issues at Waukena Park. A league-operated team will play the Pittsfield scheduled road games only. This decision reduced the regular season from 64 to about 56 games. Prepare yourself for an eye-opening discussion on 2025 season in the upcoming portion of this video. Pittsfield will not play the 2025 season because Waukena Park will not be ready. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of league officers and discovering its transformative power. Joe Palucci is the commissioner of the FCBL, succeeding Chris Hall, who served from 2011 through 2018. John Creedon, Jr., the owner of the Worcester Bravehearts and Nashua Silver Knights, is chairman of the league's board of directors. Now, let's shift our focus to teams and embark on an intellectual exploration of its various dimensions. Current teams: Team Brockton Rocks, Futures League Road Warriors, Nashua Silver Knights, New Britain Bees, Norwich Sea Unicorns, Vermont Lake Monsters, Westfield Starfires, Worcester Bravehearts. 2024-2025 Haters: Team Pittsfield Suns. Former teams: Team Bristol Blues, Martha's Vineyard Sharks, North Shore Navigators, Old Orchard Beach Raging Tide, Seacoast Mavericks, Torrington Titans, Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Former professional baseball team, former professional baseball venue. As we progress through this video, let's shift our attention towards league champions and uncover its hidden depths. 2011, Nashua Silver Knights. 2012, Nashua Silver Knights. 2013, Martha's Vineyard Sharks. 2014, Worcester Bravehearts. 2015, Worcester Bravehearts. 2016, Nashua Silver Knights. 2017, Nashua Silver Knights. 2018, Worcester Bravehearts and Martha's Vineyard Sharks declared co-champions. 2019, Worcester Bravehearts. 2020, Nashua Silver Knights. 2021, Vermont Lake Monsters. 2022, Nashua Silver Knights. 2023, Norwich Sea Unicorns. 2024, Norwich Sea Unicorns. In this section, we'll be exploring single-season records. Individual name, team score record, year, individual hitting, batting average. Dean for Norwich C Unicorns, Fairfield University 0.422 2023 hits. Cam Cook, Nashua Silver Knights, Nichols College 81 2017 runs. Austin White, Bristol Blues University of Rhode Island 56 2019 doubles. Mickey Gasper, Kevin Noriega, Nashua Silver Knights, Worcester Braveheart, Bryant University Morris College 21 2016 2022 triples. Lorenzo Archery, Bristol Blues Youngstown State 8 2016 home runs. Ryan Gendron, Seacoast Mavericks, Southern New Hampshire University 20 2015 extra base hits. Ryan Gendron, Seacoast Mavericks, Southern New Hampshire University 33 2015 runs batted in. Eric Hamilton, Pittsfield Suns SUNY Oswego State 63 2016 walks. Austin White, Bristol Blues University of Rhode Island 59 2015 stolen bases. Joel Lauren, New Britain Bees Franklin Pierce University 54 2022 on base percentage. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 0.532 2016 sledding percentage. Ryan Gendron, Seacoast Mavericks, Southern New Hampshire University 0.758 2015 on base plus sledding percentage. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 1.257 2016 individual pitching appearances. George Goldstein, Vermont Lake Monsters, Middlebury College 27 2022 starts. John Guzaferi, Brockton Rocks University of Akron 12 2014 complete games. Mike Gibbons, Torrington Titans, Wheaton College 3 2013 shootouts. Mike Gibbons, Torrington Titans, Wheaton College 2 2013 innings. Mike Bradstreet, Martha's Vineyard Sharks University of Rhode Island 75.2 2012 wins. Bob Cobble, Martha's Vineyard Sharks, Seton Hill University 8 2013 ERA. Tyler Dirk, Torrington Titans, Kenyon College 0.61 2012 strikeout. Jack Choate, Worcester Bravehearts, Assumption University 82 2021 saves. Cody Roker, Nashua Silver Knights, Assumption University 17 2013 opponent batting average. Nick Fuller, Torrington Titans, UMass Dartmouth 0.168 2013 WHIP. Matt Quintana, Martha's Vineyard Sharks, Senior College 0.768 2014 strikeouts per 9 innings. Nick Sinicola, Brockton Rocks University of Maine 14.5 2019. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through career records and its far-reaching implications. Step name, team score record, years, individual hitting games. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 185 2013-17 at bats. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 682 2013-17 batting average. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 0.421 2016 hits. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 199 2013-17 doubles. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 41 2013-17 triples. JP Knight, North Shore Brockton, Bryant University 10 2018 20 home runs. Zach Tau, Pittsfield Worcester Wachusett, UMass Lowell 44 2014-17 extra base hits. Zach Tau, Pittsfield Worcester Wachusett, UMass Lowell 86 2014-17 runs batted in. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 145 2013-17 runs. Zach Tau, Pittsfield Worcester Wachusett, UMass Lowell 113 2014-17 walks. Mariano Ricciardi, Worcester Bravehearts, Cypress College 96 2017-19 stolen bases. Joel Lara, Brockton Pittsfields, New Britain, Franklin Pierce University 91 2020-22 total bases. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 351 2013-17 on base percentage. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 0.532 2016 sledding percentage. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 0.726 2016 on base plus sledding percentage. Mickey Gasper, Nashua Silver Knights, Bryant University 1.257 2016 sack flies. Ryan Sullivan, Nashua Silver Knights, Southern New Hampshire University 9 2013-17 Individual pitching appearances George Goldstein Brockton Vermont Middlebury College 73 2018-19 2021 22 innings Jemin McCann Pittsfield Suns East Tennessee State 166 point 2014-16 wins Jeff Fisher Nashua Silver Knights University of Mass Lowell 13 2011 2013 ERA Olic Morency Nashua Silver Knights Merrimack College 2.58 2011-13 strikeouts Patrick Harrington Nashua Vermont Assumption University 152 2019-21 saves Cody Roker Nashua Silver Knights Assumption College 26 2011-13. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more valuable content.